Facebook family, about that weekend. I just wanted to tap in this morning. I wanted to talk about how I've been having a really good time in life lately. And that's it. It's nothing else more to say. It's nothing more to expound on. If it's good, it's good. That's it. It's great. It's awesome. There's some pits and valleys, but overall it's great. My life is great. But I want to talk about a topic that's been weighing on me for some time now. Not even some time, like a few days. And usually if something is with me for a few days, I usually have to either address it, speak to it, or lend it some type of credence. I don't know. Does that make sense? So if it stays with me for a while, I usually eventually address it. So, okay, let me say this. Depraved indifference. Okay, first of all, me and a young lady was together on Saturday and we got into a conversation and that phrase came up, depraved indifference. And I don't even know where it came from, but we were talking about people and how we do each other, how we treat each other. Hey, Miss Neely, what's going on? Talk about the depraved indifference this morning. I was talking with this girlfriend and we were talking about how we treat each other as human beings and how we talk to each other, how we act towards each other, how we interact with each other. And, and I want to talk about, I'm going to say this, especially in my places that I frequent the most. And I mean in my home and at work. And if you have a place of worship, those are three places that the faces are going to be familiar and they are like family somewhat. And it's real important how we treat each other, how we talk to each other, what we're feeding each other. And so that came up in conversation Saturday and it really, really stayed with me. And the phrase depraved indifference came up. So I made a decision that I was going to look it up, right? And I did. I Googled it. Oh, I Google everything. But anyway, I Googled it. And it talks about with regards to the legal system and a criminal who is defending himself or is with regards to depraved indifference, that person, the prosecutor is saying that person acted in a manner that was careless and reckless and had no regard for the victim. And a life was cost. Now that's the most extreme connotation that you could think of. That makes sense? But I want to talk about in more subtle ways that we kill each other. Because depraved indifference deals with taking a life or affecting a life in a way that it'll never be the same again. In a negative way. It doesn't help in a positive way. Depraved indifference meaning impacting and making a change in a negative way. And I want to use some good examples. I used to sit around and I used to be I feel like I'm this really nice person. I do. I'm going to put me on the forefront first. I'm going to use me because I don't have a problem talking about me. I used to think that I am. I'm a good person. I just do. There was a time when I used to say I'm a good person, and I am. But I used to do bad things to people. I used to do bad things with people. I used to do bad things for people. I used to do bad things that was aimed at and to people. Does that make sense? But, it's a strange thing that my grandmother used to say. My grandmother used to say it all the time. And it was also in a Harold Melvin and Blue Note song. Yes, I'm going to go there. The same people that you meet going up, you're going to see the same faces going back down. That means that life got a way of repeating itself. Things got a way of coming back. Ergo, deja vu. So, up here recently, and people that interact with me now, and do not get it twisted. The person that you interact with now is not the person that I was in my heyday. Yes, I may have the same skin But I don't have the same attitude. I don't have the same demeanor. I don't have the same personality. I'm just a different person. And I know I've been changed. Right? So, and a lot of my stuff came from, because be careful of the clapback. Because what happens is that what I put out into the universe is going to come back. It may not come right back. Now, the thing with depraved indifference with regards to our legal system, the criminal per se is getting an immediate response to his action. Does that make sense? But with regards to depraved indifference and not having to answer to a legal system, and having to answer to a moral code or society's code or some type of communal code, that may not happen right away. Right? How I do you today may not come back right away. It's going to happen though. Especially if it ain't right. And I want to talk about, and I could tell the truth about me. I sat around for years wondering why I used to look at people that was married and in successful marriages, successful relationships, not even married, successful working relationships. And, they was working for them. They look happy. And I'm talking about happy. And I'm mentioning this and I'm getting back to relationships because this weekend up here late, I've been exposed to couples. I've been exposed to relationships. I've been exposed to people who are reasonably happy. I don't know what that's about, but it's starting to become a recurring theme in my life again. So, I was around some couples this weekend, many manifestations. I went to a birthday party this weekend and it was so nice. To me, it was so nice. And I was exposed to reasonably happy couples. And I mean, it wasn't something that you just saw, that they was just, and you could tell when people faking. Like, these people are reasonably happy with each other. And I want to get back on track to depraved indifference. I used to sit around and say, why is everybody so, oh my God, it is getting kind of warm. I'm wondering, why am I sweating? But it's getting kind of warm, Facebook family. So I'm saying to myself, why it ain't happened for me yet? Because I had a failed attempt at getting married and it wasn't working out. And it didn't work out. And I'm here. But thinking about depraved indifference from Saturday and bringing it up to now, like, I need to be mindful of the stuff that I did in my relationships in my heyday. How about that? Did I practice depraved indifference? That's all I'm going to say. Was I right? All that stuff about me saying I'm a nice person, but I may not be all that nice when it comes to my relationships with the opposite sex. And I may be receiving the blowback from that. Now, that may not be true, but I'm willing to take a look at that. How about that? So, I'm working on myself, and in working on myself, I have to learn how to be able to take a hard look and ask myself the hard questions and be able to face the hard truths about my life. It ain't about nobody else anymore. I'm tired of blaming people for my circumstance. I'm tired of looking at you and saying, why did you make me do that? Because if you wouldn't have did that to me, I wouldn't have did that to you. I'm tired of every time I turn around, it's singing that same old sad song, bad luck, that's what you got, that's what you got. No, I don't have bad luck. I didn't have bad luck then. And now that I've shifted my perspective, what I'm finding out is that the luck that I had was the luck that I made. Does that make sense? Yes, really, yes. It's self-examination. Because I'm not responsible for what you do anymore, and nor are you responsible for what I do. But what I can do, if I call myself your sister, right? Or if I call myself your friend, or if I call myself somebody that's esteemed and beloved of you, my responsibility to you is to tell you that maybe what you're doing is not right. Maybe what you're saying may not be appropriate. How about this? Let's go a step further. What about if what you're doing is going to impact or affect me? How about that? And that's all goes back to what you said, Neely, about self-examination. Do you even know when you're being hurt? Do you even know when you're being impacted? Or are you just, am I just the walking dead? Am I just sleepwalking through life, pretending like everything, or not even pretending, because you don't know when you're sleepwalking? Hey, Lance. Hey, Priscilla. You don't know when you don't know. When you sleepwalking and you the walking dead, you don't know that you don't know. But once you wake up, you can't go back to not knowing. Something's happening to me. I don't know if I'm getting sensitive, or I don't know if I'm just waking up to a new awareness, or I don't know if I'm just done got to the place where I am at that place. That's it. So it's very important for me to understand me so that I could know how to interact with you. And let's go a step further. It's very important to know about me so that I can know who I can interact with. Because what happened is, if I'm interacting with the wrong people, I'm going to continue to hit walls, and then I'm going to continue to wake up that alley cat inside of me that I talked about from the other day. Ergo, creating depraved indifference. It's a vicious circle. It's a vicious cycle. And I'm tired of you. Listen, let me just be real clear. Knowingly or unknowingly, I'm tired of hurting people. Right? Right? I'm tired of hurting people. I'm tired of hurting people, especially knowingly. When you're unknowingly, you're not responsible. But once you become made aware, there's some things that you have to do to correct your behavior. But if you're doing it unknowingly, if I'm doing it unknowingly, if I'm doing it knowingly, if I'm doing it knowingly, that's malicious. My intent is to harm, and that's depraved indifference. No, I'm not going to go to jail, but I can be locked in a prison man-made of self. Free, but not free. I'll be free to continue on roaming around and practicing that behavior until I am stopped. Now, either I'll stop myself, or somebody who is a little bit more stronger in will than my victims prior to will come along and stop me. How about that? How about that? So I'm going to work. Even there, I find myself at a place. It's real. I'm finding myself being real sensitive to some of the needs of my coworkers. That's a new one for me. Because if anybody know me, I go to work, I do my 8, and I skate. Okay? But it's starting to become real important that the environment that I'm in with regards to the workplace is very, very comfortable for me. That means that I have to tend to the needs to a degree. We not buying nobody lunch and all that shit. Putting their foot up on a pillow and all that. But tend to the needs, so to speak, of my coworkers. In my home, the needs of my family members need to be tended to. It's not about me just going home, making sure the palace is clean and everything for me. No, they may have needs that need to be tended to. These are places that I frequent on a regular basis. I don't like being around people and feeling like there's a wall. Let's address it. I don't like being around women or men or people or children and there's something that needs to be said and it's not said. Let's say it. I don't like to be in a place where there's something that needs to be done and nobody's doing anything. Let's roll our sleeves up and let's do it. Get it done. So I'm very attuned to some things, and depraved indifference was something that popped into my spirit, and I don't want to be imprisoned in me because of my behavior or what I do. I want to be free and free. Not free to roam about society and be a drainage. I want to be free, and I want to be free. And I want the people around me to feel the same. So, that was thinking about depraved indifference from another perspective. And, thank you, Priscilla. You said nail it there. Thank you, Lance. You doubt I do that. Like I said, Lance, knowingly or unknowingly. It was good to see you guys yesterday. I got to get back to my Sunday thing. Saturday. Okay, so you're going to be there early. Okay, Priscilla, gotcha. But that's 3 snaps up. So that's my thing this morning, depraved indifference. Like, I'm finding, like, if I'm responsible for the next generation, what am I giving? Am I passing down the legacy of depraved indifference to my son? What type of man is he going to be to his woman? What type of husband? I need to speak that into existence. What type of husband is he going to be? What type of friend is he going to be? What type of worker is he going to be? What type of member in society is he going to be? Is he going to be one that's going to be, a practicer of depraved indifference? Because it's all about paying it forward at this stage of the game. At this age, for me and stage, it's all about paying it forward. What am I giving to the next generation so it could go on and on and on? So that's where I'm at, Facebook family. You guys have a great day. I gotta go to work because I gotta go to work. And you have a great day. Priscilla, congratulations in advance. I'm claiming it for you. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day. You deserve it.